We all do our best to keep our ferrets safe and healthy, but sometimes, no matter how careful we are, they get sick. And when that happens, you might find yourself with a handful of meds and a very wriggly, suspicious noodle. When my girls were younger, they went through months of health problems. It was tough. I was stressed. They were stressed. And the hardest part was figuring out how to get the right medication into them without it becoming a daily trauma for everyone involved.
Good girl.
So in this video, I'm sharing everything I learned through that journey. These are my essential strategies for giving medication to ferrets, whether you're dealing with pills, liquids, bitter flavours, or just plain stubbornness. Disguising medication in treats.
Okay, ladies. Treats.
If your ferret is food motivated, this is always the first thing to try. Whether it's a liquid or a pill, the trick is mixing it into just enough treat to hide the taste, but not so much that you're giving them too many treats daily.
It's all right, Wriggles. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. You got a fluff on your whisker.
When my girls were on Pepto-Bismol for their stomach issues, I found it blended really well with salmon paste.
Good girl. You just need to get used to the taste.
The key is to start with more treat if they're unsure, then gradually reduce the amount as they get used to the flavour.
There you go.
You see, that for me is quite an important part of giving them the healthiest possible way of administering these treats. So you could tell there, Wriggles was only just happy to eat it. And that means I've got the perfect amount of treat in there, the minimum possible, so that they can still sort of hide the taste of the medication. But it's not giving them too much of something which is supposed to be for a treat only. Is that right, my lady?
As well as liquids, some pills, especially ones that aren't strongly bitter, can be crushed and stirred in to go down unnoticed.
Make sure you capture all the crumbs off the back.
Quick tip, offer the mix off your fingertip first.
Yeah, try.
If your ferret trusts you, they'll often be more willing to try something new that way.
This is what I found with Scruffing.
Hide the whole pills in tasty blobs. Some tablets are just too bitter or weird tasting to crush down and blend into treats. If they're small enough, you might be able to hide the whole thing inside a soft treat, like a blob of paste or a small chunk of whatever they like to eat. That's what I did when my girls were on steroids.
These pills are actually pretty tiny.
The pills were tiny but bitter, so crushing them was a no-go. Instead, I tucked them inside a blob of paste and offered it off the tip of my finger. Not only did it work, it became a fun activity for me and them.
No, she is super keen to get it down before her sister comes and steals it.
Before I show you the step-by-step demonstration of this, one quick note. People often use cheese to hide pills in for dogs, but that's not good for ferrets as they are lactose intolerant, so you could end up giving them the squits. Okay, here's the demo.
This TubeFret, we're not sponsored by TubeFret, it's just a brilliant thing. Just put a blob on your finger and then just place the pill on that. Cover it with another blob, like so. So I've now got the pill kind of sandwiched in between some blobs of salmon pate, and what happens is when they lick it off, it all comes off in their mouth and goes down before they even realise there's a pill in it. So
Come on, have your meds. Here, what's this?
right. So let's give her a go. So there she is, and you can see that's all gone down. Pill and everything, she didn't even notice that there was anything in it.
Direct pilling when you have no other choice. Sometimes there's just no avoiding it. One of the antibiotics my girls were prescribed was massive and horrifically bitter. There was no way to disguise the taste, and it was too big to go unnoticed inside a blob, so I had to learn how to pill the girls directly. As with any pet, direct pilling involves gently restraining them, opening their mouth, and placing the pill deep in their throat, then holding their mouth closed until they swallow. It is not fun. It feels horrible. But when it's life-saving medication, it has to be done, and your ferrets will forgive you eventually. The key is to be calm, firm, and fast. The quicker it's over, the less distressing it is for both of you. I'll walk you through how to do this next. Don't worry, I'll keep it respectful and clear.
Probably easiest if I try and show you on Shaky Fox. We have our pill between finger and thumb, and we have some treat on the middle finger, and then we encourage our ferret to come between our legs, feeding the treat. Once they're fully engrossed in the treat, we're going to take this back hand and just hold them gently round the head so that you've got your fingers either side of their jaw. That will make it easy then just to use the finger that they're licking the treat off to just lever the mouth open, keeping firm hold on their head as you do it. And as their mouth opens, you can pop the pill. It needs to go down nice and deep, and then gently push their jaw together, holding their head upright, and if necessary, give their throat a gentle rub to encourage them to swallow.
And here's the live demo. Treat on your middle finger, pill pinched between thumb and forefinger. Place your ferret between your thighs and offer the treat from your middle finger. Once they're engrossed in enjoying the treat, hold the head firmly but gently and use your treat finger to pry open the mouth. Then place the pill right at the back of their mouth, past where their tongue can push it back out. Now hold them briefly with their head still tilted back and gently rub their throat to encourage swallowing.
There's a good girl.
If this is your first time giving a ferret medication, you don't have to dive straight in. Grab a soft toy that's roughly ferret-sized and practice the motions, how to hold them, how to hold the treat, then gently opening the mouth and delivering the pill.
You can come and take him away now.
Just rehearsing that motion a few times will make you far more confident when it's time to do it for real.
You gonna rescue Shaky Fox?
Remember, you're not alone and you're doing your best.
Poor Shaky Fox had to have meds.
I really hope you never have to deal with sick ferrets, but the truth is, you probably will. These amazing little creatures are prone to illness, and when they get sick, time matters. So if you're here, stressed out, maybe even crying over a ferret who just spat their pill across the room again,
Alright, good girl.
know that I've been there.
Oh, that was terrible. Good girl, I'm so sorry.
I promise it gets easier, and I hope this guide helps you feel just a little more in control when it counts. I'm also working on a full guide to recognising and managing common ferret illnesses, so keep an eye out in your feed for that. Do you have a tip to share? Something that worked for your sick floof? Drop it in comments below. It might help someone else in a really hard moment. And if you found it useful, feel free to share it with others in your ferret community. See you next time, Floof Crew.
She had enough.